All right, my Bible in 365 brothers and sisters, we have arrived at the book of Hosea. We say Hosea, but listen, this is a good one. And I gotta say, there are some graphic details about the story of Hosea that are quite unbelievable. But again, this is how God oftentimes will work. Now, Hosea was a prophet who ministered predominantly to the northern kingdom of Israel. This is the kingdom that was ruled by wicked kings. There was not a single righteous king that ruled in that time, although he was the prophet under mostly the time of Jeroboam II. There were many other kings, by the way, that ruled, Zechariah, Shallum, many other kings, and these were all unrighteous kings, of course, because they were the kings of the northern kingdom. Now, Hosea has something in common with us in that he got to watch the northern kingdom, which of course he was a part of, completely crumble. He saw it go from its glory days to the time of just complete degradation, and that was because of the sinful actions of the people that lived in it. Now, I hate to say this, but I think we're seeing some really odd similarities like this in the United States of America, in that we are watching it go from a glorious place to a terrible place because of the adaptation of sinful philosophies and really taking on the heart of wickedness. And that's been something that's been happening. Now, God oftentimes used his prophets to demonstrate things in very graphic ways, and oftentimes ways that would cause people to really remember the point, remember what was being said. And so God looked at Israel, the northern kingdom of Israel specifically, as an adulterer, somebody that cheated on him, that completely walked away from him and chose to be unfaithful. And so he uses Hosea to effectively demonstrate that. Now, he asks Hosea to marry a woman who is in essence a prostitute. This is just a terrible situation. Then she goes off and does exactly what she does. Prostitutes, acts completely unfaithful. And then God tells Hosea to take her back. And then as he does, he makes a very vivid and effective illustration to the nation of Israel that basically says, you basically have acted like a prostitute. You have fornicated yourselves. You have sold yourselves for the goal of trying to establish something that would never give you fulfillment or joy or peace. And you've turned your heart away from me. And then God says, just like Hosea took that woman back, I want to take you back, and I want to bring you to a place of restoration. Now, unfortunately, the terrible news of the story of Hosea is that the northern kingdom of Israel never did listen, and they suffered complete destruction at the hands of the Assyrians because they chose not to listen to the voice of God. I think this book is going to be an incredible book, and it is going to remind us all of the need to be people who are faithful, right? Faithful to God in the way that we live, faithful to God in that we do not allow ourselves to make even small compromises, that we stop and we repent when we're convicted, and that we choose to continue to seek the God who saved us and gave us brand new life. Now, I think you're going to love this book. You, of course, can go to CalvaryChapelSignalHill.com, and I've got a whole teaching through this, many studies. I think you'll really enjoy it. I also have it on YouTube. I have it on JamesKaddis.com, and we also have it on our podcast. You can go and listen to it all for free. There is no charge, and we would love you guys to listen to the teaching in its fullness. It'll give you a good understanding of the history behind it and what exactly happened. And I have to tell you, all the way from the time of Jeroboam II to Hezekiah, you are going to see some amazing things coming out of the mouth of Hosea. And of course, we know many of his words did affect the southern kingdom. That's something I may have failed to mention. You're going to be blessed by it. It's going to be life-changing, and I hope you'll be encouraged. So God richly bless you guys. You're doing great. You're getting near the end. You're doing a good job. We're more than halfway there. God bless you. Keep fighting the good fight, and let's dig into it. You're going to love this book.